So when we go into this, and again, I'm going to have a couple of segments here. We're going to go back to back. Each segment, each piece that we're going to be talking about throughout this action focus, prioritizing, and being able to really dive into the needs and wants in a really authentic, really deep way is just the beginning stages, the beginning steps, and yet it is some of the most foundational, important aspects that when you start to connect the unique dots, the unique, and put the pieces of your unique life mosaic together, and this is just almost a guarantee. I hate to guarantee things because I know how different each of our human experiences are. However, I guarantee that there will be an aha moment when you kind of begin to struggle along this path, and it will be a struggle. There is going to be that's just a piece, that is an element that we are, yet you don't have to. So I'm going to kind of put that as an understanding, as a like true heart to heart link. I get it. I understand it so intimately, and it doesn't ever go away. Yet being able to reshift how we get into it and how we begin to perceive those quote unquote hurdles, life struggles, the uncomfortables, the feels. Okay, all of those, it's a pretty big package if I'm being perfectly honest. But the more we can start to talk about it, the more we can start to activate some of those tools and lean into it, and then begin to get motivated about it. All the fun things, all the creative, all the joy, all the ability that I think, that I know all of us are searching in one capacity or on one level or another. It's there, and it's, micro steps, baby steps, forward movement. It's okay if you pause. It's okay if you go back a couple of steps. Sometimes we have to, and sometimes we fall down that proverbial hill many, many times, each time getting ourselves up, which is beautiful. It's our also human condition that we are strong, resilient, beyond belief. But as we climb that mountain, as we climb that hill, as we begin to go through those steps again, it can feel like we're just repeating things over and over again, and yet it's never the same. You have learned something from falling down. Again, it's a metaphor, but falling down that proverbial hill and then getting yourself up, resilience, and then climbing back up, is just, it's the human courage that I fall in love with humans all the time because of the amount of courage that I see such incredible, beautiful souls, the struggle that they go through, and the big T and the little t. So that's something that I teach about in my course as well. And the programs is, like the big T is something that I use the word more freely than I feel other curators, other facilitators do. But trauma, these are these golden nuggets of pieces that make up who we are, and it's a piece that I know, again, it's a slight shift, but I want to reframe what that word means when we, in that internal dialogue, when we talk about it. What does it mean on the internal? And again, it can start to bring up emotions and resistance, and you're leaning into those feels of uncomfortable. Ooh, yes. Let's, like that is some of the work that I do, is I want you to lean into that uncomfortable. I need you to lean into that uncomfortable, because that's where our foundation starts. Okay. That's an important piece. And just a little side note, you'll hear it a lot throughout my teachings. The more and more you kind of listen in. But the big T is the trauma, the little t is time. Okay, the little t, and sometimes those are reversed. Time has this incredible power to it, and yet it's a piece that we ultimately always lean towards as an excuse and as a part of our procrastination, our very unique procrastination story. And yet time is one of the most valuable and one of the most creative and fascinating concepts that I think humans have brought forward in our reality. And so I want and I talk about a lot of those, the big T and the little T.